this is Lee Garden 3. Why do I say hello in such a weird way? Sorry it's been so long. I'm doing another 1v1. I'm playing as Wehrmacht against my opponent, Killenny08. Yeah, it's been a really long time. I know it has been. Basically, I've had shitloads of computer problems, absolute shitload of computer problems, like it broke again, then the CD drive wouldn't work, all sorts of shit. And also I couldn't record while this was going on because I had a virus as well. I don't know what the hell happened to my computer. It got cancer, I don't know, something like that. On top of that, my good microphone broke, so I have to use this shit microphone, which I really didn't want to use, but I had a lot of you saying, make more videos, so I'll try and edit this so it's not ear-rapingly loud, but I know it is quite ear-rapingly loud. I'll try my best the best I can. If it's so bad, then you can tell me in the comments, and then I'll just write this off as, yeah, I'm sorry, you're going to have to bear with it, and I'll get a new microphone soon. You know, it's my 18th coming up in a couple of months, so, you know, you're just going to have to put up with it if you want my videos at the moment. So I've gone standard 2 Pioneer start, my opponent's gone 2 Pioneer, not Pioneer, 2 Engineers and Rifles by the looks of it. I'm going a bit differently as I'm going to be using a Schwimmwagen attack bike, which I just use to harass the shit out of enemies, and I use it also in combination with a machine gun crew. Now, why would I use it in combination with a machine gun crew? Well, you'll see soon enough. I'm just going to speed it up to try and get as much in as I can. I thought he'd be here with his engineer, so I'm just going to harass him, annoy him a bit with this bike for a while, whilst I'm conquering the rest of them out with my pyos. He's going to flank me with his rifles in a second, so I'm going to backpedal the bike out of there. And I'm going to bring up my machine gun crew that had just come out. If you just hang on until they come round. So yeah, I'm just going to reverse the car back. My pilots are capturing there. I'm going to put the machine gun crew in place and support it with the bike, because the bike extends the range. The Schwimmwagen extends the range of the machine gun like crazy. So I'm going to set that up and then load onto him. And absolutely rip apart those engineers like, yeah, well, it's your own fault for coming down here, which is the way I always go. His rifles are capturing the centre and he's got NGs on the right. I've managed to take back this left flank though pretty easily. I'm going to move my machine gun crew back, apparently. I'm building a Volksgrenadier squad to support my assault, and then I probably will build another machine gun there, so let's speed it up. Just using my bike as like a little scout thing. I've got pyos here. Now here's a nice little trick I did, which I really enjoyed doing actually, which I'll show you in a minute. He starts capping here with his rifles, and once my NGs conquer here, I realise he's going to come up here and take this because he knows I've conquered it. So I'm going to place a mine there, and we'll see what happens in a bit. So in the meanwhile, nothing's really going on. I'm making another machine gun crew, or at least I will be in a minute. So he sees this retreating Pioneer squad, and he thinks, oh yeah, I'll fucking kick his ass now. I'm going to rape this fuel. It's going to be my bitch. And this mine's just like, yes, wait for it, wait for it. So that was a nice little mini win, because I always wanted little strategies like that to work, and it's always fun when they do work. I'm going to bring up a Volksgrenadier squad to decap the victory point, because I'm really straining with victory points at the moment. I'm using my Schwimmwagen to attack these weakened rifles by the mine. And now we're going to have an assault in the centre here. I've just got my Volksgrenadiers keeping down some fire, getting up that victory point so I'm not bleeding out victory points. I'm going to retreat them as well. Bringing up another machine gun crew to help. I've escalated to, is it skirmish phase? I don't know, it's the next phase, you know the phase. You know the phase. And I'm going to try and get my machine gun crew into a good position, but I think I moved them up a bit closer as well. Yeah, I still need to improve my machine gun micro, but it does the job. So he's going to decap that ammo, but that doesn't matter to me too much. I'm going to use my machine gun crew here to pin down that rifles. And, you know, they can't beat the machine gun crew when it's in place and it's assisted with the Schwimmwagen. And on this rifle squad, I'm going to get my Volksgrenadiers with a Flamer NG, and we're going to go and cut them off. Whilst I'm using my engineers to decap there as well. So he's got the right flank. I mean, at the moment he has got more territory than me, but you have to take that with a pinch of salt when you're playing as the Wehrmacht. So I'm going to charge in there and pyro the shit out of him. Okay, so we got that. I'm going to speed up here. He's going to try and flank with some rifles there, but they ain't going to last a second. His crew gets shot out with the Schwimmwagen, and he's just going to be forced to retreat again there. machine gun crews just keep firing at his rifles. Back at the base I'm not building anything, I've got a lot of money. I'm building a sniper for shits and giggles because I've got a lot of manpower stored up. So he's going to try and flank me here, which I knew he'd probably go and do. And it kind of worked what I wanted to do, but unfortunately he did separate them enough so I couldn't pin them both down. I mean, I get that one rifle, but he does flank me with another rifle, so I need to retreat this machine gun crew back into a more defensive position. Luckily for me, he didn't chase up enough, and I kind of scare him off with my Schwimmwagen. And I'm able to get my machine gun back into a safer location where it can fire if he dares to advance any further. So we're just going to use that to our advantage there. The sniper's coming out in a second, and I'm going straight up to the... Is it the assault phase or the battle phase? I don't know. I'm going to put my machine gun crew behind my Schwimmwagen, it does the trick anyway. Raveback rifles. Well, one was it? There, it was something. So yeah, I'm planning a mine as well on the victory point because that's what I like to do, just the standard to piss people off. Once I realised you could stack build commands, life became so much easier on this game, and what I have been doing a lot of this time is just practicing, getting better at the game, being able to hold land better, you know, fight with more efficiency, all that kind of stuff. Because you can see, yeah, he's got more land, but I'm able to just gradually pick it all back and hold him off with things like machine gun crews, which are just making his life a pain. Double machine gun crew as Wehrmacht is awesome, and I love the Schwimmwagen just because it's fun to use, and it's a great early game to scare engineers. I mean, obviously pro players know that, you know, NGs can kind of just sit there and take Schwimmwagen fire, but players that don't know what they're doing tend to not. So I'm draining his manpower really. I mean, yeah, he's got a lot of land, but I'm taking it back now, and he's really struggling. I've gone for Blitzkrieg, in case you were curious as well. I'm going to just speed this up. See, I've got my sniper catching the victory point back. Planting mines everywhere just to be a bitch. I like planting mines, that's my new thing as well, because apparently to be pro you need to use mines. And to be fair, it's true, because it drains manpower so badly for them. So I'll happily do it. What's going on here? We've just got some flanking. He's now gone up to bars, which... I don't know, I guess it's a good idea to counter my infantry threat, but I've got machine guns. Bars aren't going to help you against machine gun crews. And on top of this, I've got an armoured car out now, and I'm building my campcraft centre, so, you know. Luckily I kept this machine gun crew where it was, so it's able to completely and utterly stop this flank by him, and I'm able to bring up the armoured car for a bit of support. At my campcraft centre, I think I'm upgrade infantry vet. In fact, I know I go all the way up infantry vet, and we'll just see how that goes. So we're going to bring this armoured car in. I love armoured cars. I don't care if they don't do a lot. They are fucking awesome. They remind me of Bradley's from Battlefield Bad Company 2, so, you know. I'm going to drive through a pipe like it's nobody's business. And retreat those rifles. So, yeah, I'm also building this bunker. And I think I turned it into a machine gun bunker, and I don't know why I did that. Just for shits and giggles, I guess. So with armoured car support, I'm going to attack this slightly intimidating rifles and flamethrower threat. But we're just going to use the armoured car. No matter what he does, he can't kill this armoured car. And I'm not too scared of sticky bombs just yet, because I don't think he was expecting this. So I'm just going to park the armoured car there and unload onto those flamers. He loses the famous squad, and he takes real heavy casualties, capping that point. Which I really don't see the point of, because now I'm just going to decap it straight away. So it's a real minor benefit to him, really. He now has his counter to what I'm doing, and that's his armoured car. But I think I was prepared for this. I am, because I've now got my infantry assault team with double Shreks upgrading, ready to counter vehicles, because I knew he'd probably have a vehicle. And indeed he does. I see it straight away. Able to get that Pioneer squad out of there, I think. Although I leave this machine gun crew here just to distract him whilst I get my Shreks in place and my my armoured car, because I want to try and hold him down long enough so that I can actually get a shot on with the Shrek. So he's going to completely and utterly rape my machine gun crew here. My machine gun crew's like, oh no, really? And then I'm just going to walk up with the Shreks and be like, yeah boy. And I think I get off like one of the best long shots ever, so that's nice. And I never finished building that bunker, I don't know why. What I love is that this Schwimmwagen is still here, just minding his own business, firing at the little armoured car like it's, you know, just fun. I leave that machine gun crew there as well to pin down those rifles, and I think, well, I should be able to survive this assault from the armoured car. He doesn't really micro it very well, he's reversing everywhere. He almost touches one of my mines. In fact, I wonder if that's what kills him in the end. I think it might have been. Yeah, it is, because I was upgrading my armoured car to counter him, because my Shrek's couldn't get close enough. And then he walked into that mine that I forgot I placed, and I was like, oh, okay, so I stopped the upgrade on the armoured car, because there was no point on, yeah, the armoured car, but now he's got an armoured car out again, so it's like that whole engagement never happened. I then realised this machine gun camp here, which is really pissing, annoying, so I've got to retreat, and I'll come back to that later. Let's speed this up. What's going on at my base? I've got first vet on my infantry now, I'll be going up for second vet soon. So here comes armoured car, whoops, here comes armoured car 2.0. And this time I do retreat my machine gun crew because I think, well, I don't want to lose them. But I think I do lose them actually in the end, even though I retreat them at full speed. Yeah. But here he goes, walking into my stormtroopers thinking, haha, he doesn't have Panzerschreck. And then my guy grows a Panzerschreck. Which one does it? There he goes, he just grows it out of his armpit. Needs a shot right in the back of that armoured car, and the armoured car's like, what the fuck, you totally just grew that out of your arm, and the armoured car's like, I know, that was so weird. And then I try and Panzerschreck and Panzerfaust him to death. And there goes his second armoured car. He then tries to counteract all this with a massive artillery strike, and I'm like, oh shit. Right, get out of there, right, any casualties I think just about. Yeah, I retreat all my crews and I get the armoured car out of there. So let's speed this up again. So now he's back on the rampage with his rifles. He's going to come charging over, and I think I get this mine on just in time. So he's going to come strolling over his rifles headlong into a mine, and that armoured car is just going to stay there and have a ball. I'm going to use the flamers just for a second to get some extra damage on. Flamers are always a bitch because they do so much damage. I don't care even if it's not in cover, they just piss people off. And then I'm going to assume he has sticky bombs now, so I'm just going to keep retreating this armoured car back so I can still fire. I'm going to get the machine gun crew in place, so my armoured car's supported, and now he's not going to accomplish anything. And he walks into the machine gun bunker, so that rifle guy's like, oh shit, my life, it's totally over. But he still wants to decap that victory point, so I'll give him credit for that. Oh yeah, and I fully capped that as well. He recaptured the centre. I was sending my stormtroopers over on the left to try and take out those two machine gun emplacements. This is a long match, by the way. This might be a three-parter. You're going up to battle phase. So yeah, he's conquered the centre with a victory point. He's sending another rifle squad in there. But the thing is, he's lost so many men just trying to hold his lines, whilst I've more or less retained all my men, I think, apart from that machine gun crew. And I got another machine gun crew, so it's all good. His rifles are here, just strolling along, decapping points, all that fun stuff. Meanwhile, I'm just putting my machine gun crews back into, into position to hold this left flank that I love. Placing another mine on the main road in case he charges with vehicles again. So the armoured car's going to come squaddling along. I'm going to take a shot here. I should have really pursued these guys, but I didn't bother. Got up to the last phase now. I'm going out another pioneer so I can build the thingamabob, so I can make thingamabobs and therefore have more thingamabobs. My attack here fails. I forgot to show you this, but basically what happened is that, I did take out that machine gun crew, but one of my guys uncloaked and fired, and I forgot I had to silence their fire, and they just got completely raped, and yeah, you can see I'm now a second fetch now, so they don't take a lot of damage. I got a bundle grenade off as well, which fucked over a load of his men, so I was like, yeah, happy. He ran into another mine here on the left, and he's also walking into my machine gun crew, so he's not going to accomplish a lot here other than to just sit and take a lot of fire and get hit by a mine. I love mines, they're so awesome. And what's funny is he constantly goes to the same spots thinking I wouldn't have planted it there again, but you can see by these indents that I do keep replanting mines there. There was an artillery strike in the centre where he tried to kill a lot of my men, hence these British Grenadiers are down to 2 people. Sorry I keep speeding up and missing out a lot of the action. It's just the fact that I really want to just get this replay done and dusted, so I may appease you. And I'm hoping as well that it might show I have a bit more skill, because I've had a lot of people doing, you noob, you suck at this game, and I appreciate that with StarCraft, because StarCraft I just don't play anymore, and I was shit at it. Bronze League, nothing to be proud of. But, at this game I know I'm not the best, but I like to think I'm at least passable. I do beat okay players, and I do have good matches.